G'day everyone, Chris here, and I've come up to the top of the property I live on. I live on a few hundred acres with my partner and her parents, just out in rural New South Wales. And her brother has a really cool old car that's been sitting here for a while, a 1986 VL Commodore. These are pretty bloody desirable cars, you know, people pay a shitload of money for the higher spec versions and for the special editions and whatever, but yeah, this one's just kind of been left behind. He was trying to sell it, I think, for like $800 or something, which I'd be jumping all over that if it weren't for the fact that, well, I don't have $800 to spend on a non-running parts car pretty much. So yeah, have a bit of a look over it, and yeah, beautiful sunset, almost getting towards the end of the day. Just up here with my trusty old 1985 Nissan 720. Best damn $2,000 I've ever spent. I used to live out of the back of that damn thing too, so such a reliable, good car. Would totally recommend buying one. Old 1988 or 89 Subaru Leone. My partner's parents own that. It's one of a few parts cars of theirs. And the beast in question here. So it's a 1986 VL Commodore. I did run the serial numbers and stuff a while ago, but I can't remember what trim level it was. I think it was maybe an executive. I can't really remember, but it's only just started rusting. You know, it's in fairly good nick for what it is. I mean, a little bit of rust starting to come up here in the sills, and you know, dribs and drabs here and there. It's a fairly nice car. I mean, hell, I'd love to own one of these, but yeah, needs a fair bit of work done to it anyways. Was registered probably a decade ago, I think, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he only bought it as a parts car when he had one, and God knows when that was, and it's been sitting ever since. So have a bit of a squeeze inside. A few bits and pieces. Oh. Manual. Don't know if this is the original instrument cluster or not, but 248,000 Ks, it's not too bad. Little digital clock there. Tacho. Nicely optioned anyways. I've always kind of loved, I don't know how to work that. I've always kind of loved how the older Commodores had had the wipers and stuff, and often headlight switches mounted up around the instrument cluster. It's kind of cool. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. Window defroster on that side. Aftermarket radio. Commodore SL, there we go. Okay. Got the old radial tuned suspension badge, which always seemed to be a selling point in everything from the Commodore to the ill-fated Chimera. I used to own an 83 Chimera JB, and it had a big proud radial tuned suspension badge on the center console, which I don't think, you know, it's a Chimera, you can't really brag about anything in it. But anyways, yeah, it's not entirely original this, but yeah, it's a nice car anyways. Ooh, yeah, there we have, missing tail light. Sort of aftermarket rims, radiator shrouds times 2, bits and pieces. So let's have a peek under the hood, shall we? Intriguingly, so my clumsy fingers pressed stop recording on the phone while I was struggling to open the bonnet up, one-handed using my head as well. So yeah, so to keep going with the recording, which I thought I'd already done, but yeah, realised it wasn't recording. But anyways, my minor, can't even speak this afternoon, minor technical blunder there aside. It's still got what could be the original RB30 in it. 3-litre Nissan engine, single overhead cam. It replaced what was known as the 3.3-litre black engine used in the previous generation VK Commodore. So, which was still an inline 6 engine, but it was an old pushrod thing and basically an agricultural dismal lump of disappointment. So yeah, Holden finally stepped into I don't know what, the 20th century, whatever it was, in 1986, and yeah, used the Nissan RB30, which I think was part of a trade deal or something. I can't remember, I haven't studied into it too much, but yeah, anyways, so there it is, the original Nissan motor. Badges say 1986, May 1986, so that's not long after these were first made. I believe Holden started making VLs in February 1986 and stopped making them in August 1988, I believe. So yeah, this is one of the earlier ones. But engine bay is pretty empty, but I'm pretty sure all the parts are here anyways. Missing a lot, a hell of a lot, but yeah. But it's good to see there's not really any rust up here anywhere. I mean, usually in a lot of older cars they're completely rusted around the engine bay. You know, especially something like this that's been sitting outside for God knows how long. Like, look at this next to it, the old Subaru. It's bloody... I'm kind of afraid to open it. It's probably going to snap the car in half. Anyways, so yeah, still got its electronic injection badges on the side of it. Needs one hell of a repaint to get all the colours matching again, so it isn't tri-colours, but I mean, still, be worthwhile as a project. Now let's have a quick squeeze in the boot, wherever the bloody hell the boot release is. I don't know where the boot release is in this. No, not that key. Let's look this thing. There we go. Ah, and a boot full of wonders. Radiator, intercooler, pod filter. Oh, mate. That's pretty cool to see that still here. Don't know if this was ever fitted to it or not. I don't know, might just be in here as parts or something, but yeah, that's kind of cool. Still got plenty of other bits and pieces in there, a couple of springs. Still got the fan from the front. Original Holden steering wheel. Oh, hey. This is surprisingly hard to find, the original VL steering wheels. So, yeah. Oh, hey, even better, the distributor's back up there. A box of spark plugs and... oh, cool, the original radio. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's one thing that I'm an awfully big fan of in a lot of cars, is when the original radio is taken out and replaced with some glaring, hideous, flashy light show that doesn't half work. But yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. So, yes. So there's just kind of a quick bit of a rundown about this car, and yeah, he's still trying to sell it, so I don't know if it has trouble selling and I end up with money one day. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on it, because it is a pretty clean little beast, and I've always had a soft spot for old Holdens. I mean, I'd love one of the earlier V series, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, and for what it is, it's a good little car. So either way, it'd be cool to see it up and running again on the road one day. Holy Christ. Yeah, okay, not asking what's happened there. So yeah, there we have it, bit of a brief overview of this old girl that's been sitting up here on the farm for God knows how long. I mean, yeah. So hopefully it'll find a good home and be restored. Hopefully it won't be turned into a drift car that's going to get wrapped around a bloody street light pole by some teenager on his P's. But anyways, yeah, that's what happens to most cars in Australia anyways. So what can you do about it? So yeah, a lot of cars, their doom is kind of, as soon as it starts raining, all the P-platers around kind of just go, "It's schizo-clock, cunt!" So thanks for watching. Keep tuned for more videos. I'll be posting more as I find more, and got my eye on a few project cars at the moment. Hopefully something will turn up. I guess we'll see. So anyways, keep trekking back, and yeah, see yous.